Hey friends, welcome back to Jeremiah Wonders. I am so excited for you guys to hear or listen or watch, however you're consuming this media, this episode of Todd Glass here on Jeremiah Wonders today. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that like button, write a little comment. All that stuff helps. Share it somewhere. You know, the socials. Todd's video improves drastically as the episode goes on. At first, he does start the podcast filming out of a security camera, just a heads up. It improves from there. By the end, it's full studio quality, guys. There's a great way to support the show. Go to jeremiahwatkins.com, get some merch. There's saxophone hats, there's Watkins stuff, there's Feminist Stacy, Milkman, Cat Burglar, Darwin, all kinds of character stuff over there. Grab yourself some swag over at jeremiahwatkins.com. Touring hopefully will resume shortly. I will let you know on my social medias at Jeremiah Standup. I'm on TikTok now. Kill me. This episode is really good. It's always brought to you by Better Box Studios and Speedweed. We could not do that without them here today. Another way to support the show is on Venmo at Jeremiah-Watkins. If you can't do that, hit that like button, leave a comment. Let's get into this episode with Todd Glass. I love this guy. You guys are going to love him. We had a great episode, and without further ado, the one, the only, Mr. Todd Glass. Yeah, I see you. You look great. You almost look...
Okay, good.
You almost look 20 years younger.
Wait a second.
Whoa, it's Todd 20 years ago.
Look how much younger I look. 20 years ago.
Wow. Are you on the sports team at high school?
Don't think I didn't come with my own microphone.
I love that. I love it. Can't believe you from 20 years ago has an effects mic. That's crazy.
Oh, well, yeah, I was... I hate to ask this. It sounds unprofessional. Have we started yet?
We have started. Unless you want to, and Todd, unless you want to redo what we just did.
Do you listen? You swear to fucking God you'll edit this out. You'll swear. You promise me.
To George Carlin.
Okay. Oh no, you don't want to say that because then that's the truth. So you want to just say anything else. But do you promise me you'll edit it out?
Todd, I promise you all of this will not appear on the podcast.
Okay, so would you do me a favor? Because this would look nauseating, seriously. If this is a joke and you're going to show this, I'd be so embarrassed. But could you just lead in with my Netflix intro, like, hey, we have comedian Todd Glass on. I'm sorry, this is so insecure of me. And just sort of like really play up the Netflix special. And, you know, if you have anything to say about me that's nice, say it. Don't fake it. I'm just saying if there's something you have. And then we can start that way. Is that okay? Thank you.
Today on the show, we have Todd Glass. You may not know him except from his Netflix special, from his many appearances on Jimmy Kimmel Live, his prank show on Tosh.0, his numerous appearances in film and television. His podcast was voted the best podcast by the Podcasters Association every year for the last 10 years. Please welcome to the show, Todd Glass.
Hello, everybody. It's Todd Glass here in Los Angeles, California. By the way, you really did a good job on that reintro. Like you must have been going, all right, just pulling. But you did forget I was on Comics Only.
Oh. Do I need to redo the intro?
No, you're fine. I mean,
Okay.
hi.
You want me to redo it?
No. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Todd, you're coming at me very passive aggressively right now. If you want me to redo the intro, just tell me you want me to redo the intro. I'm your friend.
I thought you made a. I liked it. This is going to make me look like I don't have a sense of humor. You honestly do edit these, right?
Todd, all this stuff, this dialogue that you and I are having between, it's all gone. It's just the hits, buddy.
Do you
Every
swear
podcast is
that-
just the hits. I promise you, it's just the hits.
Sometimes in post, I've seen comedians, they'll edit, but behind me, they'll have like a person going like, just faces. They'll do shit in post. Like as I'm talking right now, they'll have like a background going, you're not going to do that.
We will definitely not do that. Make a note to specifically not do that, Anthony. Like, don't put any weird emojis behind him or don't put any memes or anything, okay?
That's maddening. But I thought you did a great job at the intro.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know if I'm I don't know if I'm doing yes and or I'm just stopping a great bit by going, oh no, that was great. Don't worry about it. Maybe it's funnier for to go, well, to be honest, Jeremiah, and I love you to death. I thought you made a joke, a parody of it. Could you really go off on the Netflix special a little like, Todd inspired me. Oh, this is pathetic. Do you mind?
Todd, it would be my distinct pleasure. I want to get this right, okay? We can't really move on with the show until this is properly done.
Right. Okay. I'll let you intro me. I'll walk on even. So you do your thing. And after this, I'm not going to try to control things. I'm sorry this is insecure of me. My manager said that these intros are really important, that the younger comedians, they will, the other younger comedians go, oh, Jeremiah said this. It's so sad that I have to do this. But if it comes from you, obviously this part looks nauseating, but I know you'll edit this out. So thank you.
We'll cut all this, dude. All right, we're going to start from the beginning now, okay?
Go ahead. I'm just smoking it up. It makes it look more exciting. I'm sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, today on Jeremiah Wonders, we have the one, the only performer who has the top-rated Netflix special of all time. This guy has taught me everything I know because he is my biological birth father. This guy has been on Comics Only. This guy has been on Jimmy Kimmel Live. This guy had his own prank show on Tosh.0. You know him from the history of cinema. You know him from the dawn of television. Please welcome the one, the only, Todd Glass.
The sad part is I have to shut it off myself. That doesn't look so cool. Thank you. That was beautiful. I really appreciate that.
Of course. Welcome to the show. This is the very beginning of the episode with Todd Glass. And can I just say your production value, the video quality, not the best, but the production value is top notch.
Why isn't the video quality great? Is that on my end or Zoom?
Well, you're pixelated for some reason, and I'm not sure why you're so pixelated. But
let me try turning up the lights.
What?
Is that better?
Todd, what model of iPhone do you have?
It's probably, I got it 2 years ago.
You should be all right.
Maybe a teeny bit less. Yeah, it should be. You know what? It's funny. I sent somebody not that this matters, but I sent somebody something yesterday, a video that my friend sent me. He goes, it looks pixelated. And my friend that sent it to me goes, it's not on my end that it's pixelated. And I agree, so maybe could there be something with my phone? Like, is it maybe on a weird setting or something?
Maybe.
Now,
Could
I don't know
be.
if I should try calling you back. Should I? Or do you want to just?
No, I think I think we're okay.
Okay. I'm being serious now, right? To George Carlin.
I know. That's why I had to break the wall for a second, because I know that you'd be like, all right, well, I'll call you back. And be like, no, don't do that.
Yeah. I hate that I'm pixelated. I do all this stuff, and then goddamn pixelation.
Listen, this is my favorite security cam podcast I've ever had. I mean, the lighting and everything.
Well,
fantastic. My favorite
wait.
part. What?
But why don't you want me to try calling you back?
Because I don't think it's gonna get better.
Well, yeah, you're probably right.
Like, after all that, you call me back and it's somehow worse. Like you turn the video off again, and you're like, "Is it better?" I'm like, "Well."
I should have used my iPad. My iPad is 3 months old.
Oh, well, yeah, that would have been way better.
Oh well.
Oh well. How you doing?
How am I doing? I want to be doing it. I never know what to do on other people's podcasts. Like, I always want to go with the flow.
You're doing it.
I want to let you lead.
I'm leading. I'm taking beats for comedic effect to pull the curtain completely behind. I thought it'd be funny to have.
Everything you do is great.
I thought to have a long tech talk and then just to be like on a talk show, be like, "But how are you doing?"
Yeah. After all that.
After all that.
What are the things you've learned during this pandemic?
The things that I've learned.
No, I was thinking like you could ask me that. Like, Todd, what are the things you've learned during this pandemic? What?
Sure.
Very introspective-y. Where are you? Do you mind if I ask where you're at?
Where I'm at?
Yes.
I'm in a black void, brother.
What happened to Jeremiah?
What do you mean?
What happened? Okay, hold on. Now I'm freaking out.
You're
My
on
friend
my
Jeremiah
show
said,
now,
what?
Todd Glass. You on my show.
What happened to Jeremiah? What is your name?
Darren.
Darren? Darren?
Yeah, it's Darren.
That's a nice name. I like that name, Darren. You're good. You're not a bad. But what happened, Darren? My friend Jeremiah. He was just here a fucking second ago.
Listen, I don't know if Jeremiah time traveled or whatnot, but this is my studio space, and I'm just recording a podcast with my guest, Todd Glass.
Does this hurt?
Ow, ow, oh, ah.
I'm going to keep doing it until you tell me where Jeremiah is.
Okay, I'm a demon.
Where's Jeremiah?
I'm a demon. I took over his body. My name's Darren the Demon.
Darren, thank you. Where is he? I don't care. I'll do your show, but what do you do with him?
Jeremiah is just a vessel, okay? I'm the voice actually inside his body right now. I've taken his body over. He's just a shell of a human being, and now I have his podcast. This is Darren the Demon's podcast featuring Todd Glass.
Okay, thank you. That actually makes sense, Darren, and thank you for being cool about it.
Of course. Now, Todd, what have you learned during this pandemic?
Well, I've learned that I've been vegetarian and sort of enjoying it. Are you a vegetarian?
Oh, no, me and Jeremiah, we eating meat.
You're a man's man. Is that what you are? Would you consider yourself a man's man with that voice?
I mean, Darren, speaking specifically me, I'm a man's man.
Yeah.
Jeremiah,
Yeah.
little bit of a pussy.
Yeah, he's more of the modern, what they call these modern day men. They're very they don't need to define the hard lines between men and women. They're just fluid. They live, and if I like this, I like that. If I like that, I like that. You see, that's how Jeremiah is.
Yeah, go on about what you think Jeremiah is like. Like, is he a little is he a little like, you know what I mean? Is he a little?
Mean like rant rant.
Yeah, is he a little? Huh?
Like he likes to eat peaches in bed. That type of guy. Is that what you're I want to make sure you're talking about the same thing. The type of guy likes to eat peaches in bed.
Oh, the guy who eats peaches in bed. I know exactly what kind of guy you're talking about.
Yeah, Jeremiah's the type of guy takes his grandmother to Dairy Queen. If you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the guy who slurps those peaches right out the can, just.
Yeah. But you're more of a you're different than I thought you'd be. Your voice.
Listen, I chop wood with my dick.
Wow. And is that I wish that would be nice to be able to that would really impress people.
I mean,
Just
what can I say?
You rent a cabin, and then there's a cabin below, and there's a guy outside, and just to make it not women could do the same absurdity. There's a guy chopping wood with a dick. The girl's out there chopping wood with her tits. She's like, choo, 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 choo. And they're nice and they're friendly, and they didn't know anybody was around. They're not.
Wait, now, are the people nice and friendly, or are those titties nice and friendly? You know what I'm saying, John?
Believe me, I know what you're saying. I know. I talk the talk. I walk the walk. I sit. What the fuck happened to my microphone? Did I go turn it on? Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that I'm pixelated. You don't understand. It bothers me because I like things right.
Well, go get your iPad.
I've got my reverb on, and I love reverb. Yeah.
And I love it too.
Oh, I wish I could change my effects around, but it's all the way over there. I should have set up over there. You know why I set up this way?
Why?
Because I thought back over there, the backdrop, it looked dark, and I thought over there it looked brighter. But if I was turned around, I could have all my controls. But I don't need them.
Where is your iPad?
My iPad is not. It's inside, and it's inside. I wouldn't be able to do that now.
Okay, then you know what? We're done talking about it.
How about if here's the good thing.
Todd?
If we mention it up front, you go, Todd Glass and I did an interview through a security camera. I think that it makes it, and then we'll do it again another time, and we'll do it, and I'll figure this out.
The next time it's in like 3D, like it's in VR. It's like, okay, how did he jump from security cam footage to VR? Like Todd's technology grasp is really weird. He has the top of the line stuff, and then
I want it to be so right that I install like TV quality, and I call you back, and I'm like, what do you think? And you're like, you just still find it. You go, the sound's a little weird, but it looks fucking amazing.
Yeah. Your sound is a little pitchy. But I love that you have multiple camera angles now on yourself that you're broadcasting to me. That's cool. But
What's
there's
wrong with the sound?
a little trebly for my liking.
Hello.
Oh, that's better.
Hello.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah. Wow. I was gonna say, like, I spend like $100,000 on sound. I get the everything looks great. You call me back. You go, Todd, I'm not being insulting. Did you like cut yourself shaving? You're little blotchy on your face.
You look a little broken out, perhaps. I don't know.
Can I tell you though? if podcasts you're supposed to be in the moment, I do hate that it's pixelated because it does take away from like when you look great, you're clear. I see you, I hear you great. There's no delay. Everything is right about this, except the pixafuckalation.
Okay, Todd, listen to me, okay? Either we stop talking about the pixelation or we'll take the minute that it takes for you to go get your iPad and connect to your Wi-Fi and call back. What's it going to be?
I'm not on my Wi-Fi here. Why can't I check? Maybe on myself. The iPad I can't get because someone else is using it. That's why.
Got it.
Right now, somebody is using it to do
and you
something.
Know what? And that's all I really wanted to know, Todd. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I was getting to the bottom line of this.
To be honest, I didn't want to admit I live with anybody because people think of me as a bachelor, always out, hey, baby.
I mean, that's what I think of with like when Todd Glass, that name pops into my head. I think of a guy gambling. I think of a guy, making it rain on different people.
Shaking. Do you also picture, and if you don't lie to me, but just tell me the truth. Do you by any chance picture me maybe walking around the casino, like jiggling some peanuts in my hand, cashews?
A couple of cashews, definitely. And then also, you're a guy who gives $2 bills out a lot, especially to like maitre d's and
how many?
What? Huh?
How many $2 bills in the average day? Just the average. Do I?
You give out at least 20 a day. At least 20 a day. Yeah.
Well, couldn't it be 50s?
No, it's got to be $2 bills. So people get excited and then they're let down a little bit when they realize that it's a $2 bill. But then they get excited again because they start to think, I haven't seen one of these in a while. Are these monetarily worth a little bit more? But then they get sad again because they realize, no, it is actually $2.
Yeah, they realize it's only $2, and that's not a great tip. No offense, if that's all you have, $1 is nice to start. Maybe at Starbucks that would be cool because $2 would be an okay tip at a Starbucks. But other than that, these $2 bills, I feel like I'd be mocked. I feel like you're setting me up to mock me. I walk around like a big shot giving people $2. Am I a loser?
And you walk up to people like Bill Gates and stuff and say, put this in the bank. Like you go for the richest person in the room and you give them $2 bills.
Am I joking?
No, you take yourself very seriously.
I like, even in a bit, I don't want to be a loser. Wait a second. Am I joking?
Am I cool? Do people like me in this bit?
Yeah. That's why I wanted to up it to 50.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
remember, people that are listening to this show, this is a PSA that I will jam in here. Please remember to take care of delivery people. A lot of them are not delivering food because they're so 100% comfortable with where we're at yet. They need the money. They're delivering food to your house. Be ultra cool to them, please. It goes a long way. And just whatever you have. Sometimes what makes an absurdly great tip isn't that much. End of story.
That's good. Thank you for that.
Yeah. You're welcome.
This episode is brought to you by DiGiorno's. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
It's DiGiorno. Can I tell you something? I don't know. I don't want to lead, but I have a theory.
I would love. Go ahead.
Okay. I don't doubt like food that's homemade. Like, I've had friends that are Italian, that everything, literally the tomatoes are grown in the yard, and it's a type of delicious that it's you taste it. You do. There's a but coming up though. But right underneath that isn't so bad either. And I got these frozen pizzas from Vaughn's. And, because I don't go out as much, so I've been buying. And guess what? If you put it out nice, it's fucking amazing. Even a simple frozen pizza in the oven. And maybe you put a little whatever, your own thing on it. And then I made pudding last night. It's not just okay. If they serve pudding, it's like pudding is too good to be fucking true. So, yes, if somebody owns a bakery and they do it all from scratch and they're making this pudding and it's from scratch, yes, I get it. But guess what? That doesn't deny that even a box of Jell-O pudding is shut the fuck up good.
I have a sweet tooth sometimes, and I love a good pudding. Now,
Do you
I don't
really?
know. Listen, my favorite is banana pudding with actual banana bits and Nilla wafers. They've got to have a little bit of crunch, though. They can't be completely soggy like it's been sitting out in the cafeteria for too long. They've got to have a little bit of a crisp flavor to them.
Yes. No, you're hold on. So I learned a lot last night. So I did the banana too. And I got a graham cracker cookie crust, pre-made one at the store.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and this would be good if you did it in a bowl. But I happen to have the graham cracker thing. Put the banana pudding into it whips up. It's instant pudding, folks. If you're thinking of the heated stuff, no, this is 5 minutes, and it's creamy, delicious pudding.
Oh, wow.
Poured it into the graham cracker crust, and then I broke some graham cracker up in it. And I put some bananas in it, like you said. And it was good in 5 minutes, and we had a bowl. But check this out. And I did all the work. And we ate it right away, and it was good. But then we put it in the freezer. We wanted to see how it would taste in the freezer. Here's the finding. If you leave it in there, in my opinion, up to an hour or an hour and a half, it's still fluffy pudding, but it's just colder. After that, it turns to a thing that ruins what's good about pudding. But an hour in the freezer, it's even if it's in a jar, you pour it, make it, put it in the bowl. It just gives it's just like the same consistency, fluffy, creamy pudding, but it's cold as fuck.
That sounds so good. My wife and I, we went on a drive just to get out of the house. We drove to Malibu and back, and on the way back, we saw like a beacon of light, a Baskin Robbins that was open. I haven't been to a Baskin Robbins in years. And my wife said, "Should we get some?" And I said, "Absolutely." We pulled over. We go inside. She gets a... Did Todd really just... If he doesn't come back with an iPad, I swear to George Carlin, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. Now I'm just waiting for Todd to come back. I'm just waiting for this. Look at this. That's where Todd's supposed to be right now. In that black void. He's not there. Just when I was getting into the heat of my Baskin Robbins story, Todd Glass. I know he's been on Netflix. I know he's a big guy. I know he's been on Jimmy Kimmel Live. I know that he had a prank show on Tosh.0. I know that he was on Comics Only. But this guy shows me the disrespect of not saying anything when he just leaves my podcast, and I just can't believe that he would do something like this to me when I'm just about to reach the pinnacle of my Baskin Rob. Oh, hey, Todd.
Oh my God, Vinny, Jeremiah doesn't know. I disconnected. He doesn't know I'm back, and he's saying shit about me. Shut up, I want to hear what the fuck he said.
Listen, this douchebag, okay, cuts me off right as I'm about to start saying the ingredients to the ice cream that I had with my wife. I was going to go into detail about all that and how good it was, and I tried a combination that probably Todd has never tried, that he probably would want to know for the next time that he goes into an ice cream parlor. But now he screwed it up, and he's nowhere to be. Oh, hey, Todd, how's it going, man?
Hey, Jeremiah. I first of all, I have great affection for you, but I'm trying to get this picture down here. But I just heard everything you said. You used the D word. Is that what? First of all, my phone cut out. I didn't just leave you. What are you hearing anything I say? Because you look like a deer in the headlight.
I'm gonna Anthony, make a note of this.
Hello?
I'm gonna act like I'm frozen, so Todd doesn't know that I'm. Todd is gonna think I'm frozen because I'm not moving, like due to a technical difficulty. But
I hear you saying that.
I'm just expanding my time to think, so I know how to come back at him. Okay, Anthony?
Oh, he froze.
Sorry, Todd. You cut out. What did you say?
I said I heard everything you just said a minute ago. and
I-
I want to know.
I-
I heard everything.
What?
Oh no, you're not.
It,
Yeah.
I-
I'm getting bad reception. He's trying to answer. He's smiling, so it looks like he's making up. Hello? Hello? No, he cut out. Real professional show he does. Holy fuck, I want to stop doing this. I can't do it anymore. I just don't know what the fuck he's doing. I don't know what the fuck if I'm following along. Now he's frozen and nothing's happening. All right. No, he's frozen, and I'm like, when you're doing a podcast and he's saying shit about me. That's what really bothered me, to be honest. I actually like him, but he called me a fucking douchebag. I don't know why if I shake, he's frozen. I don't. Hello? No, he's frozen.
Todd, I cut out. What did you? What? Anyway,
That's
so
it. I'm ready to go.
I'm going to
How
Baskin
you
Robbins, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to Baskin Robbins, and I get a combination that I discovered that my wife, after it's all said and done, I'm like, don't you think this is a great idea? And she's like, it's not that original. How are you going to call me out like that after I have childlike joy in my eyes and my face, and I'm telling her how excited I am about the combination of ice cream and toppings that I got, and then she calls me out and says it's not that original.
I don't want to interrupt. I want to interject. It is so funny in a relationship, especially when you love the other person, you value their opinion, even if it's a slight thing, and they don't give the excitement you want. She didn't do anything wrong. She was just being honest. I've had it with me. You're like, it's gonna be the stupidest thing you did, and you look at it, and you just, and you're so excited to show them, and then they go, oh, it's not the biggest deal. You don't have to be so fucking mean, So what was the flavor? Mix.
Okay.
What was the flavor?
These are the flavors. I got 2 scoops, only 2 scoops, but I got a classic sundae at Baskin Robbins where I got very strawberry and chocolate chip cookie dough. Okay. And then I had whipped cream on top, and then I had hot fudge and caramel and a cherry. And it seems simple, but it's like a remix of a classic take of something, because there's vanilla, there's chocolate and strawberry, and even caramel, but in a different mix and a different blend.
And it's a remake of the banana split.
Exactly. So you still get your vanilla.
Right,
Yeah, you still get your vanilla, you still get your chocolate, you still get your strawberry, but it's through the vehicle of chocolate chip cookie dough mixed with strawberry, and it was pretty solid.
I think I'm going to even say to George Carlin, and that's my spirit. I'm coming up with a new safe word, but it's like in comedy, you know how there's like all this shit. Oh, you've done the podcast, but for
By
your
the
listeners,
way, your pixelation is way better. Your quality is way better. I don't know what you did, but when you sign back on, this video looks much better, Todd.
no, are you serious?
This is to George Carlin. The effing George Carlin.
Oh, that's good to know. See, and I always feel like I have to explain the
It got
word.
it gets worse anytime you start talking about it, and I don't understand why. Now it's good, but when you get insecure and you start going for it, it for whatever reason gets worse, and I can't figure that out. And that's to George Carlin. Double down.
Oh, wow, I love that you did it, because I thought, he's doing a bit meeting. He'd rather me not talk about it, so he'll say, all right, so listen. So let's go back to your ice cream.
Okay.
I think that is a really good idea, and my mouth was sort of watering while you were explaining it.
See, that's how you know it's good.
And you, what?
That's how you know it's good.
Yeah,
That's how you know it's good.
Play with convention, like desserts that already exist, but then mix them together. Like figure out. I don't have the patience to cook from scratch, but I love mixing stuff. And I was thinking, like, this is weird that McDonald's doesn't have this, because, and I've talked about this before. I feel like I'm going to talk about it till someone does something about it. But they have all the products to do this. McDonald's is meticulous the way they serve things, so they'd have to come up with a cup for it. But all the products are there. Apple a la mode. So you take a cup, and they already have the apple pies, right? So in a see-through cup, you put the apple pie in the base. Then you start filling it with vanilla ice cream, and then you put caramel sauce at the top, and it's apple pie a la mode. They already have apple pie. They have vanilla ice cream. They have caramel. You could be digging in with a spoon and get soft, great custard, and then start getting pieces of that apple pie.
Do you want to do a dessert show together?
You know what? It'd probably be a good idea because it's all I like talking about are like mixture. I know you're kidding, but yes, I'm available. I just love talking about. I love the mixes. I love hearing.
Me too.
You know, it's always fun. I have like the other one that I like to do at McDonald's is go and get a hamburger. You can do it a few ways, but not the way if you have to eat meat to do this. But you go get the biggest hamburger they have, just whatever it is. It's a double quarter pounder with nothing, no cheese, no onions, no nothing. And then you get an egg McMuffin. And then you put the burger on the egg McMuffin. So what you really have is a hamburger with a cracked egg on it, and the bread is the English muffin, and it's so fucking good. That's what I'm talking about.
My stomach started growling when you are mentioning this.
Yeah. And that's what I mean is it's at McDonald's. I get it. We're not talking about what's healthy and what's not, obviously. But that's not just okay. If you got served that at some Italian, restaurant where they go, well, we have a burger, it's on an English muffin, or you know what I'm talking about. It comes out on a chopping block. You would eat that and go, shut the fuck up. Same thing with the pudding. If you were at an Italian restaurant and they made pudding in the back and they brought it out in a really nice glass, pudding is shut the fuck up. It's like, this is too. By the way, just to let you know, I did not know about instant pudding until 2 nights ago.
What did you think it came from?
It happened so long since I made pudding because I don't have patience. So I thought you had to do it on the stove. You heat it up. And then
yeah. Not out of the box.
Not out of the box. Well, it was a box, but you still had to heat it up.
Right.
It was like this formula. You heat it up. I don't know. I used to get so impatient when I made pudding, on the stove, that I would just wait before it was hardened. I would just pour it over ice cream, and it was pretty good.
You know what's really good is those ramen noodle packs. Yeah. Using those noodles, not the packets, but the actual noodles. Using those for other dishes.
Let me tell you something. I'm already on board.
Because here's the thing. What makes it taste cheap is that little salt packet. It's filled with sodium and MSG and all that stuff. The noodles aren't good for you in general, but they have a specific good taste to them.
And they have a texture, and you're absolutely right. You're not saying they're good for you, but like the same as any other noodle. So I do the same thing, and I'll tell you what, I like the taste and the texture, but I'll tell you the bonus. Angel hair comes close. But not, I'm in a hurry. Those noodles you can cook with like a hot water from a tea kettle if you want to. And then you can put in pasta sauce or olive oil. I like to take 2 packets of the noodles.
Mm-hmm.
I just do it in a bowl with really hot water. Add some peas, some vegetables, and olive oil. And just get it all in there. Get it dirty. So fucking good.
If you have chicken breast, cut up those into little pieces, and with some chicken broth, try it with those noodles. You'll have a way better chicken ramen than you will straight out of the package. If you can spring for a chicken breast, I'm just saying, add some little tomatoes in there, maybe even put some kale. I know it sounds weird, but it's one of those things where texture, the crunch is nice. Maybe you don't like the taste of kale. I'm not a raw kale kind of guy. But if you cook it and you boil it, it still has a little bit of a crunch of a texture, and it's good for you.
I'm so on board it's when I'm trying not to eat meat, I did it basically what you say, and I would just add a lot of vegetables, and then put olive oil, get it all going. The other night, I did it with jarred pink sauce,
Huh.
but I made the noodle. I used the ramen noodles for basically pasta sauce.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure how it would be. I thought maybe this won't be good because it's Italian I'm going for, and it's a pink sauce, but it was so fucking good. That noodle is just fun to eat. It is. It's a lot of textures, and it has a
just cooking
maybe
it
it's
without
comfort food.
I don't like to break it. I like to just put the whole thing in there and then the noodles be real long. Yeah.
You know what? I sound like we're on a first date and I'm just agreeing with everything you say, you know? But I used to break the noodles.
I used to break the noodles, but no, I like it better unbroken, like you.
I like it better. It's more fun. There's something about it. And you know what? I was saying that maybe on top of all of it, it's weird to put it under this category, but maybe it's also comfort food because there's that distinct taste that it's like when you have cereal you haven't had in 30 years, you know? We've eaten top ramen our whole life.
What's a cereal you had a long time ago that you haven't had in a long time? One of them for me is like Golden Grams. I haven't had those in forever. French Toast Crunch, I haven't had forever. It's one of my favorite cereals in the world.
Okay, I'll tell you mine, but I got to add something to your French Toast, both cereals you just said. And I've played with a lot of cereals, what I'm about to tell you, but those are in the top 3 to do it with. Simple. Pour ice cream into a bowl. Pour the cereal into a bowl, and then get ice cream. If the ice cream's too hard, it stops the whole experience. It has to be crunchy, but so you take the cereal, whatever cereal you like, actually, put it into a bowl, and then but listen to this. You have to take the vanilla ice cream and put it in the microwave for 12 seconds. It's still ice cream, but it's like soft serve now. And then you put it on top of the cereal, you mix it up, and those two cereals with just clean vanilla ice cream is, and if you have a little bit of caramel sauce, and I mean a little, like a teaspoonful. You know, Jeremiah, the thing is, I believed you. Like, because you were over the top, but it's fucking amazing.
It sounds so good.
You want to know the other cereal, the third one?
Yes. What if
It's
I was
cleaner.
like, no. Moving on.
No, guys.
Right when my stomach's all like growling, it's like, well, I think we've had enough.
It's another direct. By the way, you know, when I do it with people, I just get the box of like 8 little boxes of cereal when I have people over. You know, there's like, because then everyone can pick a cereal and do it with vanilla ice cream.
My mouth is full of saliva right now. It's filling to the brim. I'm having to drain it like a public pool.
You're going to try Fruit Loops. You won't be able to stop it. But you might go, you know what? I thought Fruit Loops would be good. It was okay. But you'll be like, the crunch was a little too much. But Frosted Flakes is oddly...
They're more than good. They're great.
They crunch, but it's not... It doesn't... You crunch very easily. It's an easy crunch into the soft ice cream. So it doesn't create these textures that are too much. The Frosted Flakes are great. But the Golden Grams and the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, it's pretty fucking amazing.
Oof. Oh.
Ooh.
I gotta tell. I gotta try it. All right. Real quick, I want to get into this next segment. It's called Fanning Out. Now, people asked some questions of Todd Glass, and I'm going to read you some questions.
Okay.
By the way, that's the sloppiest explanation I've ever done of this segment.
I get it.
People ask questions, and guess what? You're going to get them. At Tyler_Lefevre on Instagram, do you remember how mad you got in Sarasota, Florida at Daniel Tosh's fundraiser show when the couple wouldn't stop talking in the front row?
Yeah. You know, there was only 2 situations that happened. It was like a big tour. It was all in like 5,000 to 10,000 seat rooms, colleges. It was all on college campuses. And with Daniel's audience, you're not sure. Like, they could be rowdy. He has zero tolerance for it. They know it and they learn it very quick. So overwhelmingly, even in these gigantic rooms, nobody's yelling out. Nobody's heckling. They're fucking, and he's got the room dark and it's, but in two situations, and one was there, and I never say anything because it's not my show. So I can't really,
you can't unleash like you would like to. Yeah. You're trying to set him up.
Right. And I don't do it begrudgingly. I don't not do it begrudgingly. I wouldn't want someone doing that in front of me, or maybe I would get the person out of the room, but I don't do it ever. I know when I'm opening for somebody, I take pride in setting the table for them. And if it means even me toning it down a little, not screaming as much, I not cursing if I feel it. So whatever I got to do. So I don't. But that night, I remember being just like, shut the fuck up. Like, what don't you get? And Daniel did not care. And then, but look, I might be remembering this a little out of sync, but I remember that night happened, and we'd already done like 20 shows and nothing happened. It was really, really civil and beautiful. And then the night after, 2 nights after that, on a like being even stricter, there was a guy in the first row with 2 women. He's got his arms draped around them like a parody. That's at a college, but it was open to the public. And he was told once, and they had cops on duty, cops on staff, not just security. It's harder. And then when the first act got done, there's interludes. And then I remember 4 cops going over, and they just said, get up. He got up and he walked out. And it was so like, I loved it because it sent a message of, I don't work this into my act. I'm not like, what are you doing down there? Where are you from? This? Oh, no. We literally treat it like it's a play. You will get up. Bye-bye. No one's going to scream. No one's going to yell. And if I had that type of money, I would always have a police officer in the room in a theater. One real cop. People know when the real cops come over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it never has to get physical, and it never should, because that's what a cop prevents. In that situation, unfortunately, I wish that was true in other areas. But that's the question. So I hope I did a good job at answering.
It was great. You know what's funny? Revel Its Finest specifically requested for dessert talk on this episode, and buddy, this is your episode. Let's see here. Hot Cocoa Official wants us to do the getting pulled over bit with Todd. They want us to do a getting pulled over bit.
What is that?
I think it's the classic, do you know how fast you're going?
And then what do I say? Keep in mind, I don't know if being high is an excuse, but I'm high in the
daytime. Your response was the best. I imagined like a sold out theater show where people are paying to see the like people at the peak of their improv talent and caliber, and and a scene starting, and a guy leaning in and go, do you know how fast you were going? And then you going, then what do I say?
I don't even know. I don't get it 100% yet, but I understand what you're saying is funny. Because obviously I didn't react to it like an improv thing. So what am I? Is it an ad lib bit where you keep saying to the person?
No. It would just it's a typical improv scene where it's like the cop pulls over somebody. So you're a cop, okay? And let's play this out. Okay, you're the cop.
Okay, I'm the. Okay, I love it. Get in the character. I love it. You treat, even though we're doing it's on Zoom. Let's treat it like a real show. Okay, so I'm the cop. Okay,
you're the cop.
Pull your car to the right, please. Pull your car to the right. Pull your car to the right. Shit. What cop would say that? Hold on, I'm not giving up.
If you notice in every improv scene, what they do, they never have electric windows in improv scenes. They're always like,
Yeah, they always have. I think they need to stop that. Okay, so here we go. How you doing tonight? Can I see you? You know how fast you were going?
Yeah, you tell me.
Okay, I'm not here to play games. How fast? You know how fast you were going?
How fast would you like me to go?
Okay, you know what? In a second, we're take it. Have you been drinking tonight?
I think everybody drinks.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been drinking.
I listen.
Yeah.
I'm not. Have you
Could
had
you
any
get
drinks
your
tonight?
effing flashlight out of my eyes? Jeez.
I listen. Listen, you're not running things here. I'm running things. Have you been drinking?
Listen, and I'm talking things right now. Your eye is in my flash.
Okay, I need you to turn your car off for me. Don't reach for anything.
I'm not reaching for anything.
Don't make me go fucking nuts, lady.
Okay, don't. Okay, all right. I'm sorry.
I'm not a. Shut up.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
Mouth. Shut the fuck up. You talk too much. I'm not even out. I'm not a bad cop. All I'm looking for is drunk drivers. That's fucking it. I'm not out to make your life hell. Don't be cutesy with me. If you're drunk, I'm gonna fucking deal with it. But whatever you think you're doing that's cute that works for you in the bar, don't fucking do it with me. You get it?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Have you been drinking tonight?
Yes.
And blackout. Ah! After all that, yeah. Oh, that is an improv game that you just take any way you want. I never heard that. I know there's famous improv games. I never heard of that one. Just driving down the street. Mm-hmm. Wait, it's more like this. I'm not pulling over. Honey, there's a guy behind me. It's not
Pull your car over, sir.
That is not a cop. That's obviously
Pull
someone
your car
behind me making
over, sir.
I don't think that's a cop, honey.
This may look like an ice cream truck. This is a police vehicle. Pull over.
I got it. I'm morbidly curious. I'm gonna pull over. Okay, hold on. Oh, yeah?
Do you have any idea? Do you have any idea how fast you're going? Huh? Do you have any idea how fast you're going? Huh?
I take it that I was going over the speed limit, but I would be surprised if it was an absurd amount because I didn't feel like I was driving erratic. Was it more than 5 miles over?
What do you think the speed limit is, sweet, huh? What do you think the speed limit is, sweet?
I'm not sure. Honestly, I could see it right up there. It's 40 miles an hour. Yeah, I didn't feel I was going. Was I going faster than 45?
42. You're under the speed limit. You got to pick up the pace, honey. People don't want to be passing you in the left-hand lane. You're in the left. You're in the left-hand lane. Let me talk. I'm an officer of the law, and I've done all of my training, and I'm gonna tell you what I think right now about yourself. Okay?
Okay, I'm just not your honey.
Honey is a term of affection, baby. Okay? Don't you worry about that. You're in the South now. Things are a little bit different down here. Okay?
I'm listening.
You were going under the speed limit, okay? Now I'm going to give you a warning if you don't give me a lip, but you give me a little hip. I want you to have sex with me.
To not get a ticket?
Uh-huh. Otherwise, listen, otherwise you get a warning. Do you want a warning? or do you want this?
First of all, I'm in a relationship.
Yeah, I am too, and marriages don't end well.
Look, this is absurd. I guess I'll have sex with you. Where do we go?
There's a ravine up on exit 32A up here. Now, I want you to bend me over on the side of my squad car next to this ravine. I'm going to turn the sirens on so people don't hear me squealing. I want you to go down.
You know what? I'm just going to take the warning.
This is a warning. Do you want a warning on your record?
Yes, I'll take a warning on my record. Yes.
There you go. Have a sweet day, Peaches.
Okay, first of all, you're not going to call me Peaches. Would you like if I called you Sweet
Do you
Bits?
want a second warning? I will give you a second warning.
I got all day. Yeah, give me a second warning. You don't scare me. I don't even think you're a cop, actually. Why do you have an ice cream truck? I should have asked that right up front.
I am an ice cream truck driver with a siren. Joke's on you. I was going to have sex with you for free.
Blackout.
18 Ethan Jones on Instagram asks Todd ways of staying frugal. Any tips for that? Do you have any tips for ways of staying frugal?
Well, I mean, we've all probably learned during this how much we spend eating out, even if we spend nothing eating out. Even if we're like, because it's very easy to track how much you spend on food.
I did not realize how much money I was spending just on casual meals out with people. I'm not doing that anymore.
I think to get it across, because I think a lot of people, even justifiably, go, I don't spend a lot on food, so I'm going to put like a quick number on it. Even if the most you spend is like with tip, you're ordering it to your house or out, and you're tipping properly, properly. Let's say the most you spend is 25. You go out, maybe you have or you get a sandwich delivered. Yeah, even at that, because I've been able to really track how much I spend on food, because since March 14th, I've only gone to the store 5 times. That's one thing I've been pretty good. And I used to go every day. I swear, I go pretty much every day to the store, because it's in my neighborhood. It's a Vons, and I don't like shopping. So I just get what I need. If I have stuff in the house, I'll eat it. So I go every single day. So I really couldn't keep track. But without eating out, I've ordered out maybe 5 times in 2 months. So hardly ever. And it's crazy how much money you save, and you realize how cheap it is to cook at home. And I remember once a friend of my mom saying this, it's not expensive to eat. It's expensive to eat food from McDonald's he said, but nature will never fuck you over. Like you can buy like beans and pastas and even healthy stuff, vegetables. It's even at an expensive supermarket, I bet, it's still shit tons cheaper. It's just a pain in the ass. So that would be one.
You can cook ahead of time. I've had meals that my wife has made that we've had 5 servings worth of meals because she like prepped it that way. And not crazy stuff, just pasta, like you're saying. Pasta, maybe add a little chicken or something just so you have some kind of protein. And that lasts you like a long time. And this is a pretty cheap meal.
Yeah, you can put things like, sometimes it'll make me not overeat when I'm at the end of a meal. Look, I like to eat an ample amount of food. So I'm talking about a really fucking, like probably, I'm not a Cheesecake Factory portion. That's a fucking healthy. But then there's more because you made it and you could go over and eat more and there's not that much more. But I go, wait, I could break that up into 2 little things and freeze it and have 2 homemade but frozen dinners. And it makes me get up and not eat it. I put it right away in 2 little things, put it in the freezer when it cools down. And then I'm like, wow. And then 2 days later, when I'm eating that for lunch, I go, wait, that was that other meal. I could have just gobbled it all down. And here's another good trick. Let's say it's you just by yourself or you and your significant other. And there's a little bit left in the pan, but we may as well eat it. But if you added 2 eggs to it the next day, It doesn't even have to be a breakfast dish. There's eggs in Thai food. There's eggs in a lot of stuff. So then sometimes you look what's left over in the pan. You go, yeah, if I added 2 eggs to that tomorrow,
That's a whole new meal.
That's a whole new meal, and it keeps you from eating it, and it takes that and literally gets a second meal out of it for 2 eggs. And you know what? You get creative. You crack 2 eggs into it, and you're like, oh, maybe I could like throw a handful of peas in it. But the reason that's still utilizing it because all the spices and all the sauce and all that was in what was left over. So there's enough sauce to spread it out a little. So that's a really good helpful tip, and it makes you not overeat. And you end up having leftovers. And I like freezing the leftovers sometimes because it's fun to eat that a week later, like a piece of lasagna.
And sometimes
it's there in the morning.
The flavor on especially soups and certain pastas, the flavor actually sticks in there a little bit better after it's been sitting for a while. Soup is always better days later, and that's how I feel with a lot of dishes. Sometimes Thai food and stuff like that even. Because all the flavors are soaked into the noodles and the meat and everything is,
It congeals. It congeals.
Congeals.
How about that word?
How about that?
Go fuck yourself.
Whoa. This is a spelling bee. You're in 5th grade, all right? We get it. You know the word. You know how to spell congeal. You didn't have to add the swear word in the things.
I'm different than the other 5th graders. I'm not like you. I'm not scared of authority.
Okay, your next word is principle. Principle.
Principle. I'm not scared of you.
How do you spell
I
it?
take it you're my teacher. Oh, and I'm supposed to look at you. I seen the car you pull up in. Not that it's old. Who cares? It's filthy. You have nothing to teach me. I've seen your car. Disgusting. Yeah, so what? I'm in 5th grade. Or I'm 5. Whatever I'm at. I think I'm in 5th grade. Am I in 5th grade?
You're in 5th grade. This is the 5th grade National Spelling Bee.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on medicine. I'm sorry. Principal. I can't spell principal. You got me.
Spell principal.
I stuck into this competition.
You are literally in the top 5 spellers. And listen, I will go to a Kiva next to you if you cannot spell this word.
Yeah.
Principal.
Principal. Hold on one second. Alexa.
Hey.
How do you spell principal?
Excuse me, sir. You cannot use Alexa in the National Spelling Bee.
First of all, you're sick in your head. I don't even know what you're talking about.
There's clearly a voice of a woman, which is Alexa, who is telling you how to spell the word principal.
How do you spell
Principal?
Hold on. All right, I'll give it a shot. I don't think I'm going to get it right. What's wrong?
Go ahead. Let's hear it.
PR. Alexa, how do you spell principal?
I was going to let...
Spell Principle.
Did I get it right?
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. The correct way of spelling it is Principal. You should have asked for the word in a sentence.
Alexa, use the word principle in a sentence. You want me to use it in a sentence?
Principle is an adjective defined as of the nature of, or constituting principle or capital. For example, a principal investment.
Okay, so I know I think I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Hello?
Sir,
are you fucking not saying anything because I made you look like a fucking idiot?
Yeah, that's correct, sir. You win. You bullied me into winning this National Spelling Bee.
Thank you. Give me my $8 or I'll punch you in your goddamn face. Why do all my bits have so much anger?
Comes from I love going angry in improv. It's fun.
On the show that Whittemer Thomas and that group of guys they used to do over
Power violence? Yeah, yeah.
I feel that I really enjoyed performing there, and it really proved that you do cultivate an audience, and they'll learn whatever they constantly get put in front of them. And sometimes great comedy can be put in front of an audience, but they did that. Plus, they could get angry, so those audiences there didn't get scared of angry bits. You know, sometimes you can scare an audience with anger. They never did there because a lot of their bits were loud and over the top, and they were throwing stuff all over. So the audience didn't get scared by it. So performing there was always so much fucking fun for me because all the things I thought were funny, I would get up and do in front of the audience, and they were never scared. And I didn't realize that till in hindsight. I went, oh, that's probably why, because they're all
They
used
prepped
to
them.
that.
Yeah.
They prep them unconsciously, prepping them by their comedy just being so outrageous. So
The senses of
I love
humor,
that place.
the senses of humor there congealed.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside Jeremy and guide him. Ba, ba, ba.
Why in the world did you just call me Jeremy? Stop the national anthem right there. Stop it right there. Hey man. This is Darren the Demon again. You gotta call my vessel by the right name. You called him Jeremy. You called him
No,
Jeremy.
I said Jeremiah.
Can we rewind the tape? Make a note of that in the notes. I want a replay of him saying Jeremy
You're gonna look.
while I wait.
First of all, you're gonna look. What? Darren is your name.
Darren the Demon.
Yeah, Darren the Demon. You're gonna look foolish because I hope that you do have the technology. They're gonna replay it, and you're gonna look foolish because I am 100% positive. Slow it down, and when it comes out of my mouth, going Jeremiah, you're gonna look foolish. And shame on you. I'm a voice actor. Jeremy. Are there any more questions?
No, I want to do this last segment with you. It's called
Good.
Sax
I'm letting
Talk.
you lead.
I've already ran the light so much with this interview. By the way, I told Todd, I was like, Todd, do you have 30 minutes for me? And you're like, yes. I've already taken advantage of that, so I don't want to take too much of left of your time, but I want to close with this segment called Sax Talk. Oh, Sax Talk.
I never really had. And by the way, this is a true story. To George Carlin. Excuse me. Take two. So I never really fooled around with a girl. The closest thing that ever happened was in 10th grade. We had these cubicles, and I won't mention her name, but she would dig her foot through the cubicle into my crotch and really, she would touch, and she'd have her shoe off. And to be honest, I really liked it. It felt good. What grade? It was 8th grade. You know what? 1, 2, 3, 4. It was 8. Yeah, it was 8th grade. And I won't say her name, but she would just dig it in there. That's it. Now, this next part is sort of not embarrassing, but while we're on the subject of, obviously there's a reason I never did anything with a woman because I'm. So the closest I ever got to, like some of my friends, they had fooled around with women, even if they're gay, and even if they're gay, but they have a story in their past, I had fooled around some people 10 years, some people two times, all over the gambit. So me, I wish I had a few, it's a little embarrassing. I should make some up. But the closest I ever got was the one girl sticking her foot under, but that wasn't really me doing anything, The closest I ever got was my friend Jimmy. There was this really girl that he really liked a lot, and he wanted to hook up with her. And she had a friend, and that friend liked me. And I was aware that she liked me. And I liked her other than sexually, but she was really cool, And so Jimmy he goes in the house with them. I'm like 20 at the time, 21. He goes in the house with that girl. Me and that girl are sitting in the car, and I go, I gotta just do it. Just I gotta do it. Just do it. Like, I might do it. Like, touch her leg, you know? So I touched her leg. For about 2 seconds. I lifted it up. I lifted my hand up, and that was the most I ever did. That was difficult. And then I changed the topic really quick. And then I found out she was pregnant about a year after that, and I thought maybe I could go out with her because she already has a baby. Like, you know, like I wouldn't have to like get her pregnant. That seemed to be like it wouldn't answer all the other problems of why we're not fooling around ever. And so that's that. Thank you.
Wow, oh wow, that was beautiful. Now, Todd.
Is that too long?
It was great.
You want to
Todd.
know her name, don't you?
Tell me her name.
You want to know the girl sticking her foot into my crotch? You
Tell
know
me
her name. I get
her
to see.
name.
All right, I'm done. Thank you. By the way, I only say that because I know you have to go. I'm high and having a good time, so you can just cut me off anytime you need to. But thank you. That was a lot of fun.
This is like her name was Curtis.
Her name was Curtis. God bless. Take care. Thank you.
Be
Until
safe.
tomorrow, everybody.
I love you. You're truly one of my favorites. So anytime we get to riff and hang, it's always a pleasure, my friend.
It was pure joy. Thank you. A lot of fun.
Bye-bye.
Fucking assholes. Yeah, I gotta continue the bit. Gotta get the bit.
Hey,
No?
Todd, I think he's still... Anthony, is he still... He doesn't realize he's still
Wow.
recording.
I don't know what he's talking about half the time. That's the problem. I do like him, but I don't know what he's talking about. Like, he goes off. What was he doing with the cop? And he had a wig. What the fuck? Like, I'm trying to be nice. I get lost. And I think, is he high? I think if he was high, it would make sense. I always think he's high, but he's never high. But he's I mean, I love it, but I'm like, I don't know what he's talking about 90% of the time.
Todd,
Why am I
your
talking
mic
nonstop
your
to
mic is
nobody?
still on.
Even-
You're still coming through on the podcast.
No, stupid. Let me finish. Jesus Christ. Let me finish. You don't have to interrupt me.
Todd Glass, everybody. Does it get any better than Todd Glass? I don't know. Thanks for tuning into the show. Email jeremiahwonders@gmail.com. Submit your listener art. I love to feature that on my Instagram page at Jeremiah Standup and beyond. Kindness challenge letters. I haven't done that segment in a while. I'm missing that segment. Do something nice for somebody out of the kindness of your heart. Share it with me. I'd like to share it with my listeners in the world. It's a great way of paying it forward and inspiring other people's to be kind out there. And also, tour dates will hopefully resume shortly, as I mentioned. And if you are a sponsor that would like to sponsor this show, jeremiahwonders@gmail.com is a great place to do that as well. I love you guys. Thanks for the support. Like, comment, and subscribe below if you're on the YouTubes. All that helps. And if you like this episode, reach out to my guests. I love when you guys reach out positively, tag me on Twitter or Instagram or wherever, and share what you liked about the episode. And that lets them know that the episode went well and that they were well received and all that stuff, like putting positivity out there. Thanks, guys. Love you. See you next week.
Jeremiah Wonders, Jeremiah Wonders, Jeremiah, Jeremiah, Jeremiah.